Hello everyone, welcome to Himalaya IAS classes. We'll be covering editorial analysis of the Hindu newspaper on 24th June 2020. Now just a bit of revision from yesterday's class. There can be a prelims question on the location on Galwan Valley. So remember that Galwan Valley is a low area of land between Karakoram Mountains and it originates in Jamzuling on the eastern side of Karakoram range in Aksai Chin, China side of line of actual control. And Galwan River flows towards the western side of India and joins the Shayok River. India has built Darbuk Shayok Daulat Beg Oldie Road across Shayok River. So please try to remember these 4 points. And these satellite images are taken from that source, which shows China's activity in the Galwan Valley. So second week of June. Now coming to today's articles on page 6, there are 4 articles. Virus of arbitrary power. So it says in the COVID-19 situation, the virus is actually using arbitrary power to control the public. Then there's a tribute to a former bureaucrat. Then there's an article on undesirable acquittal, on Dalit atrocity, and finally Trump's visa policy. Let's talk about the first article. Now, during this COVID-19 situation, because of the lockdown, you can see that there is a lot of restriction on people's freedom to freely express, move, and freedom to speak. So, this is about Article 19. And as of today, 25th June, you must be knowing that this is like the 44th anniversary of the emergency time. During emergency, there are 2 articles which do not get suspended. Those fundamental rights are Article 20 and Article 21. Okay. Now, the author says that in this situation, there was a lot of protest against the Citizenship Amendment Act, and there was NRC debate and all of this. So there may be a mechanism from the police side, from the law and order, which may conduct an arbitrary arrest and impose these restrictions on public so as to prevent them from getting out on the street and expressing their views. Now, this would clearly show an abuse of power or use of arbitrary power, and also a jolt on the democratic setup of the country. We also can talk about Article 22 because Article 20 talks on protection against arrest and detention. Now, there can be 2 types of detention under ordinary law and detention under an extraordinary law like National Security Act or TADA Act, AFSPA, etc. Now, when there is a detention under ordinary law, that means the person is given the right to be represented by a lawyer, and the grounds of arrest can be told to the person, and within 24 hours, he will be produced in front of the magistrate. So, these are some discussions we can do based on that editorial article. Now, the next one pays a tribute to an exemplary former bureaucrat, BPR Vittal. He was a very pragmatic person, and he also headed the Finance Commission. So I thought we could discuss the Finance Commission from this article. You know that Finance Commission is a constitutional body. Article 280 makes a provision for it. The members, along with the chairman, are appointed and removed by the president only. So usually there is a chairman and 4 other members. In the 15th Finance Commission, there are 6 members headed by N.K. Singh. N.K. Singh also headed the FRBM Act recommendations were given by N.K. Singh committee. Okay. Now when the Finance Commission sits for the discussion, it has to follow few principles. Principles are distribution of net proceeds of taxes between center and state, grant in aid to states from the center, measures to augment consolidated fund of state so that even panchayats and municipalities can have sufficient resources, and finally any other matter referred by the president. And they decide on something known as terms of reference. They start giving weightage to few parameters to decide what should be the way to distribute these taxes. Some of it are forest cover, income distance, population, fiscal discipline, and area of the state. In the 15th Finance Commission, there was a controversy because they started using 2011 census to determine the population, which means that highly populous states will start getting more funds, whereas the southern states, which have done extremely well, invested in healthcare and family planning, and reduced their population, will not get sufficient benefits from the center at all. But there is one drawback to the entire finance commission. It is advisory in its role. It's advisory in its recommendations. Okay, they'll have to be submitting their report in 2 years. Okay, so that is about the finance commission. The next article is about Dalit atrocity. The recent incident in Tamil Nadu where a person ordered his son-in-law to be murdered. Now, this brings into question three articles, that is Article 15, prohibition of discrimination based on caste, Article 17, abolition of untouchability because it's related to Dalits and the practice of untouchability associated with them, and Article 21, which is protection of life and personal liberty, which also gives the right to marry whomever you want. And there is a Parliamentary Act, Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribe Prevention of Atrocity Act, which was amended in 2015, having more safeguards for the Dalits. And the person who has committed atrocity will not immediately get anticipatory bail. And prima facie investigating officer can make an arrest. So these are some of the safeguards. Despite this, in the article, we can see there was very poor investigation and prosecution, and finally it led to acquittal of the guilty. The last article focuses on US immigration and visa policy. Perfectly using the situation of COVID-19, the US president has ordered that he will suspend all the visas that restrict foreigners to the country till 2020 end. So there are different types of visas, which he refers to H1B visa, which is for skilled professionals. H2B is for seasonal employees. L1 is for intra-company transferring employees. H4, sorry, here, J1 is for the students, and finally H4 is for the dependents on H1B visa. Now, this is a huge impact on India because a lot of skilled professionals from India, especially in the IT sector, they have moved to US and they have to face this uncertainty along with students. Also, America has always, under the Trump's leadership, is known to be showing more protectionism and America first policy. But we must not forget that America's success has been derived out of the immigrants who have contributed enormously to its success. So that's all for today. If you have any questions, please do let us know, and subscribe our channel for constant updates. Thank you.